The Department of Justice is reviewing a criminal referral from the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, in connection with those claims that Obama-era officials had manufactured and politicized intelligence against President Trump.
Our national correspondent, Alana Austin, is tracking the latest from Capitol Hill. Alana?
Hey, Ben and Emma, good morning to you all. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard says she believes there's overwhelming evidence here to secure criminal convictions. She's alleging there was a vast conspiracy by high-level Obama-era officials to undermine the 2016 presidential election and Trump's historic victory. Now, these bombshell claims first emerging on Friday, sending shockwaves throughout our nation's capital, and continuing over the weekend. Gabbard says this was a treasonous coup led by then-President Barack Obama. Gabbard alleges after a long-standing determination that Russia would not manipulate the U.S. presidential election using cyber tools, the White House then directed top national security officials and the whole team to reach the opposite conclusion. Intel officials were directed by an assistant of then DNI James Clapper to point the finger at Moscow and exploit the CIA, FBI, NSA, and DHS for backup. Those are the bombshell claims from Gabbard. Now, her timeline says on December 9th, 2016, there was a key meeting involving these top officials to discuss Russia. James Clapper, John Brennan, Susan Rice, John Kerry, Loretta Lynch, Andrew McCabe, and several others. A declassified email with redactions from August 31st, 2016, from the Department of Homeland Security to Clapper says, quote, there is no indication of a Russian threat to directly manipulate the actual vote count through cyber means. However, the email goes on to explain hypothetical activity from Russia could impact the public confidence. Now, in a new sit-down interview with House Speaker Mike Johnson, he says after years of reviewing the information, he and other Republicans have long held that the American people were misled about these matters. Take a listen.
We recognize that the people who are being called out now were involved in a scheme. We knew that it was a shameless, false set of accusations, and yet they perpetuated the lie on the American people, and they looked right into the camera and just lied, clearly. And they knew what they were up to the whole time. So there must be accountability for that.
However, Virginia Democratic Senator Mark Warner, the vice chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, says the Russian government directed extensive activity against U.S. election infrastructure ahead of the 2016 election, and that it used social media to conduct an information warfare campaign in order to benefit Donald Trump. This conclusion was supported on a unanimous basis by every single Democrat and Republican on the committee. Now, Gabbard says since Friday, whistleblowers are coming forward to back up these concerns. And again, all this information, she says, is being referred over to the Department of Justice. Emma, Ben.
All right. Alana Austin, appreciate the reporting. Thank you very much.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.